Get inside a guy's head, but maybe there's something mentally going on with Rocky Juarez, or physically. But he's just not the same Rocky Juarez as we've seen in the past. He's not going to the body as much. He's not sticking that jab. There's a pretty good flurry, but it doesn't last very long.
Cero Sanchez said, if this goes to decision, I'm the winner even if I don't get it. Now that's something I can't even close to agreeing with. You can still survive and not win a decision, not deserve a decision.
A little spirit there finally from Cero Sanchez just prior to the bell. Coming up later, the main event, Diobelis Hurtado and Vivian Harris for the WBA 140-pound crown, or so they say. Into the dress room of vicious Vivian Harris as he makes final preparations for his biggest test. But this three-time Guyanan amateur champion has been in there with some tough competition. Ray Oliveira, Ivan Robinson, Ubaldo Hernandez. He lost to Oliveira his lone defeat, had a draw with Robinson, and beat Hernandez in his last fight in July. Tonight, though, a major obstacle in Diobelis Hurtado, whose quality of opposition is even stiffer than his. Should be a terrific fight. This has not been a terrific fight. Round 9, scheduled for 10. In a sluggish affair. Nobody has really taken the initiative. You would think Rocky Juarez would be pressing the attack more, but not the case. He's had a few flurries here and there, but nothing really steady and nothing that's lasted very long. No sustained attacks, except for one.
He's come out once again, very, very deliberate. You know, there's no sense of urgency. He's clearly winning the fight, but I don't think he's being as impressive as he'd like.
Well, there's that first slippage. First time we've seen it in this fight by Juarez. Left him a bit off balance. But not much to be concerned about, because Hector Cero Sanchez is not really very aggressive. Didn't take advantage of it.
Notice how wide Cero Sanchez keeps his feet. He's always thinking defensively, how to move back and out of the way.
Well, that's been the criticism of him the last couple of fights. His own corner offered up that criticism. His last fight, he lost to a nondescript opponent, and he was too defensive and didn't throw enough punches. He wasn't active enough, and it's the same thing here.
Yeah, he's certainly doing it again. There's nothing, he's consistent.
Again, basically in a survival mode to last the 10 rounds.
Nice left hand to the body after right hand missed up top by Juarez, but then he stopped.
There had not been many exchanges in the fight.
Touched on before, generally speaking, fight crowds are not this generous, and so far they're being quite generous. Normally they'd be booing a little bit. They like action, Steve.
There's no question about it, and hopefully the main event between Diobelis Hurtado and Vivian Harris will answer the call. They got a pretty good show of power from Juan Diaz earlier, another Houstonian, but they are not getting much from Rocky Juarez in the second of this triple header. Juarez, who is a completely class act outside the ring, tremendous individual, but really needs to step up the action in the ring.
You know, he's a terrific all-around person, a terrific all-around fighter. Today's just not having one of his more brilliant days.
And again, it's not as if Cero Sanchez is really that awkward. He's right there.
Hands up, follow him. Everything, make your basics. Basics. Jab, jab, 1, 2, 3. Jab, jab, 1, 2, 3. Overhand right. Get him to the ropes, do something. Do damage. But if not, just go back to your basics. This is the last and final round. Okay? Good job, buddy. Hands up, still. Jab, jab, back.
Necesito viene fuerte. Throw harder. Throw whatever you got. Go after him.
Approaching the 10th and final round of this bout. Let's cheer on as he enters the center of the ring. This is round 10.
Juarez's average fights have lasted only 3.5 rounds up until tonight, being extended to the 10th and final round here, but certainly, clearly not threatened. 11 of Acero Sanchez's last 13 bouts have gone the distance, so he is more accustomed to this area of the fight.
Well, it's clear Acero Sanchez does not have a tremendous arsenal of punches. He's thrown 80, maybe even 90% jabs, few right hands, very little to the body, very few hooks, no power of any sort. Can't see how his fights don't go this distance. He also seems to be pretty hard to knock out.
Well, let's see if Juarez can, I don't know if the word is salvage it, but get something going here, turn up the engine, and give the fans a thrill in the last round. Juarez doing a lot of missing.
Big part of the problem right now for Rocky Juarez on the way in is he's worried about every punch that Acero Sanchez throws, and most of what he throws is semi-quick but very light. So he's got to walk through some of that.
Here's a good left hook. A short, crisp left hook to the jaw by Juarez. And Acero Sanchez is no fool. Every time he gets inside, he ties Juarez up where Juarez would be most dangerous, like right there.
Rocky's starting to land the hook again. Now he stops one right hand as he throws it.
Let's see if Juarez can end with a bang. Got over a minute remaining. Acero Sanchez showing some spirit. Juarez coming back. Now combinations by Juarez. Juarez finishing strong.
The trainer Tommy Parks used to say, you finish the last round, you have any energy left, you waste it. Use it. And that's what now Rocky's doing, unloading, giving what he has. Knife right up there on your side. For a 10th round, showing a lot of gas, good punches, but let's face it, this was not an action-packed fight. It was not a lot of energy or punches expended.
As Acero Sanchez slips on the logo right in his corner. Final seconds of round 10. Juarez putting on a good show here in the final round. And that'll do it. Question coming into this fight: how would Rocky Juarez respond to the experienced former champion Hector Acero Sanchez stepping up in competition? There's Andrew Six Heads Lewis hugging his pal. And I think we have the answer to the question, how did he look in victory? Good show of sportsmanship there by Acero Sanchez, planting a little kiss on the head of Juarez. Juarez, in unspectacular fashion, will pick up number 13.
Go back to round 4, one of the best, if not the very best sequence of the entire night for Juarez. He backs his man up into the corner, starts with the left hook and the jab, comes in with right hands, goes to the head and body, under and over. And this combination lasted several seconds. Acero Sanchez not able to get away, and a lot of these punches landed clean. Clearly the best sequence of the night. I was expecting to see more of this from Rocky Juarez throughout the night, especially when he got Acero Sanchez trapped in the corner, but it just didn't happen.
All right, Bobby, we have the decision. Let's swing up to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Charlie Bertani scores about 96 to 94. Scott Morrison sees it 98 to 92, and Robert Bish scores about 99 to 91. All three in favor of the winner, and still undefeated.